All right, well, fam, welcome to this live conversation and this live walkthrough of this incredible project I'm about to introduce. It's been making waves behind the scenes for about a month or so. Everybody's been collecting. No one has been talking about it. Well, they were actually kept on the hush hush for a little while, and then they were allowed to talk about it on Twitter. But yeah, so as you all may or may not know, we're currently waiting on game 2 of the NBA Finals for tomorrow, and everyone is literally glued to their TV screens and making a ton of bets right now. So it's only appropriate that we, the whale community, get a chance to talk about this incredible project coming out. So I'd like to welcome Alan from Dapper Labs so we can talk about NBA TopShot.
Yeah, so I did miss the intro. Sorry about that. But just in case it wasn't covered, I am Alan. I work at Dapper Labs and have for a couple of years now, ever since I got obsessed with CryptoKitties and basically made them hire me because all I ever did with my life was stuff around CryptoKitties. And anyway, and then we launched Cheese Wizards last year as an experiment, and then on the heels of that, we've been putting together NBA TopShot, and so I'm excited that today we finally launched. We're in open beta, and anybody now can get access to NBA TopShot for the first time.
Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Having the privilege of being one of the first early access testers of the project and being an avid basketball fan, I knew that this has the potential to literally change the entire landscape forever. And yeah, just like you mentioned with CryptoKitties, you've done it with that project, and now you're on pace to do it again. And I'm just curious, so what is it about Dapper Labs and Flow that seems to churn out these highly accessible projects?
Yeah, so it starts with the team, and that's why I was so excited to join them, is because they looked at this idea of blockchain. So in 2017, crypto was kind of taking off, right? Everybody was talking about and watching the price of Bitcoin, and then there's like Bitcoin Cash, and there's this thing called Ethereum, and some people knew about it, and everything was just kind of like climbing in value. But what could you really do with it, right? You could I guess buy a pizza for a lot of money. But Dapper Labs is like a little incubator, and so they're a startup that builds startups. Or actually, it was Axiom Zen at the time, and they were looking at the blockchain and crypto and thinking, okay, well, what's something that can actually bring people to this product, right? Or to crypto, and other than just money. Mac Flavell, who was chief creative officer at the time, had this theory that anything you build on the internet should involve cats. If you don't, you have to explain yourself. And so he's like, so we got to bring cats to the blockchain. He didn't know what that meant, but he presented it to a room full of very smart people, including Dieter Shirley, our chief technology officer. And together they brainstormed this thing. Well, what if we created these tokens? And unlike all the tokens that exist, pretty much all the tokens that exist, what if they were all individual and unique? We could probably build that technology and like create a standard for it. And then what would you do with that? And of course they had this idea about cats, and what's a fun thing to do with cats? Well, how about breeding and creating more cats? That's something you can never do with money, right? It would kind of tear apart the whole fabric of the ecosystem. But if with fun cats, why not? You can do whatever you want. And so they explored this idea of non-fungible tokens, created the NFT standard on Ethereum, ERC 721, which I think we all know and love, and created CryptoKitties. And it blew up. Like millions of people were hitting the website trying to learn about it. It was really hard to actually like get involved. You had to download MetaMask and all the things that we've all experienced. And so the team at that point was like, this is awesome. People clearly care about this, and it's like great technology, and it's clear that this is going to be important for the world. This idea that you can have these tokens that represent individual objects that aren't the same as every other object of the same kind. And so they're like, but it's also clear Ethereum is like kind of, really difficult. It's really hard. We get 1 million people showing up at our website, and almost nobody gets to the point where they're actually buying a CryptoKitty or breeding a CryptoKitty. And so they started exploring other options, and it turned out that there's a lot of people building like side chains, parachains, layer twos, but all of them come with these compromises that Dieter didn't really like. He wanted the network to be completely decentralized and all in one shard, on one chain, which means that everything could interact with each other. And there's this project on CryptoKitties called Kitty Hats that I was a part of. I was actually an artist with them for a while, where this team built this idea that you could buy NFTs that are hats for your cat. And you could basically give the hat to the cat, so the cat actually owned the hat, which was just this cool, crazy, high-tech idea, high-tech in a certain kind of way. But what really blew the team's mind was that it was built entirely without anyone even talking to them. Because blockchain was open, because everything's on one shard, on the same state space, this team could build kitty hats and actually make hats that cats own and completely permissionlessly. And so they were kind of upset that you would lose a lot of that potential, or it would be really hard to build stuff like that in a sharded blockchain, or if stuff's like spread out across all these different layers. You'd have to build everything on the same layer, in which case you just kind of want a single layer blockchain anyway. So all of that's a long story too. They came up with this idea of how to put everything on the same shard together in a highly scalable and decentralized way, decentralized in all the ways that actually matter, and that is Flow. And they spent basically 2 years. A team kind of broke off, including Deep and some of the brightest minds in the company broke off to like explore this idea. Can we actually build a blockchain that meets all these requirements, that actually doesn't have the bad trade-offs we didn't like? And they found a way, and they built Flow, the blockchain, which is also basically launching alongside TopShot. And by the way, we have a community sale right now. If you don't live in like the US, Canada, or China, or a few other restricted countries, you can actually go to onflow.org, and there's a button there you can click to actually sign up for the community sale to get in. And this is something that I think is super cool. And the only reason why I'm plugging this is because we're actually giving everybody the opportunity to buy up to $1,000 worth of Flow tokens at the same price that the Dapper Labs investors got, and the same exact terms that the Dapper Labs investors got, which is 10 cents per Flow token. And you can buy up to $1,000 worth if you're not in one of those restricted countries. I think that community sale's almost over, so it's an awesome opportunity. But that's the technology that's behind Flow, that's the technology that's behind TopShot, which is Flow, which is what allows us to bypass a lot of those pain points that we had with CryptoKitties, so that you can come onto NBA TopShot.com, not even know that you're on a blockchain until you're ready to, and buy a crypto collectible, which is licensed by the NBA, and that's a fun story in its own self. And you can do this with your credit card, and it's all completely seamless to you. And we set up a wallet for you. It's your wallet, and it's tied to your login information and your account information. And eventually there will be more decentralized wallets on, I should say, like more non-custodial wallets on Flow as well. And you can move your collectibles there. And it's a whole complete decentralized blockchain that's in its baby infant stages right now, but is already like so much faster than Ethereum, so much more fun to use than Ethereum is today, with all the gas fees and the crazy expenses and slow times. And so that's what's powering TopShot here. I don't know, did that answer your question?
Alan, let me just say that was the elevator pitch of all elevator pitches.
And that was a trip to the top of the Empire State Building or something, maybe.
Exactly. And if I ever need someone to help me pitch anything in the future, I will be DMing you relentlessly, sir. So that was incredible. You basically went through your entire project in like a couple of minutes, Yeah, so I actually want to pick apart everything you just said. Is that cool?
Absolutely. Of course.
Awesome. I would actually like to double down on the fact that in our space, we've had a number of somewhat popular projects centered on collectibles. And the one project that literally everyone in the space is unanimously bullish about is obviously NBA TopShot. But it's actually due to a number of reasons. That's safe to assume, right? You'd agree?
Yeah. It's not just one factor for sure.
Right. And before I provide my opinions and or reasons on why it'll be successful, I just want to know yours first. What do you think? What are your opinions and reasons for why you think NBA TopShot is going to be to the moon?
So, so I think the most obvious one is the first three letters of the product name, right? The NBA is one of the largest brands on the planet. Like, it's insane how big the NBA is, how many people are NBA fans, how they're in so many living rooms and hearts and minds of the people, right? The NBA knows what they're doing, and they're very active about building their brand and about creating fans and making sure that people are able to watch the games and experience them and be a part of the storylines and all of this. And of course the NBA finals are going on right now, and like, who doesn't know that, right? Because the NBA is everywhere, and it's not an accident, and it's not just something they've stumbled into. They're very protective of their brand, and they're very intentional about what they do with it. And so because of the success of CryptoKitties, Dapper Labs was able to, we have Katie Tedman, who's like our head of partnerships. And those of you who are in the early access for NBA TopShot probably interacted quite a bit with Katie. She's in love with this product because she's in love with the NBA, and she like basically ran to the NBA and was like, look, this is this like crazy weird cat breeding game that we got like written up in the New York Times, and all of these people know about, that shows off this new technology and stuff that you can do with it. Now imagine that we did this with the NBA, and the NBA, they did all of their research. They took a long time to sign a deal and make sure that they understood who we were, and that this wasn't just like some crazy like flash in the pan luck thing with CryptoKitties, that we were legitimate, and that the team behind it was also like really good at building brands and really intentional about what they did. And so they vetted Dapper Labs and said, yes, we want to partner with you, and we want you to be our partners to create a new kind of collectible experience, because they really thought that would be great for NBA fans. And so we've all seen other sports collectibles. I don't know if I should name names, but I think a lot of us have felt kind of burned by the company behind that. And it was kind of clear that at the end of the day, that was just sort of a license agreement. It was like, okay, so you think you can make us this much money, we'll sign on the line. The NBA doesn't do that. And if you look at like the cardboard collecting world, Panini is the only company that's able to create officially licensed NBA trading cards today. And again, that's part of their dedication to making sure they're only putting out the best product. They can make a lot more money if they sign deals with Topps and all the other companies, but instead they've got an exclusive deal with Panini, and that allows them to control the quality of the content that gets released. And that's part of why you see trading cards exploding like crazy this time. Like right now, it's wild if you follow the valuations, the multi-million-dollar sales of some of the relatively recently released cards out there, is because the NBA is so protective of their brand. And so the fact that we have the NBA on blockchain is a really huge deal. And the fact that it's Dapper Labs is not a coincidence. And the fact that it's NBA and Dapper Labs together is not a coincidence. It's two super competent teams coming together, knowing exactly what they want to do, which is deliver value to fans. And it took us well over a year from basically signing an agreement and like announcing that to the world to being here today with a product, because we took our time. We tried a lot of things. We did a lot of tests. We talked to a lot of NBA fans. We have a lot of really smart crypto people in the community. And we talked to a lot of community members from the crypto world and the NFT collecting world. And we're very lucky that because of CryptoKitties, like, we know so many people in this space very well, and they know us, and everyone's willing to talk. And all of that came together to create this. And so the fact that it's the NBA is why I believe so wholeheartedly in this product, because it means so much. It's not just a license. It's not just like slapping something on. We work directly with the NBA to choose the plays that get memorialized into these digital collectibles, and they have very high standards, and they're very picky about what kinds of things can be shared and memorialized, and like what makes sense as a top shot and what doesn't. And even having said that, we're still continuing to learn and get better, and we've gotten great feedback from the early access community. But yeah, like, everything about this product is pretty high quality, and it all starts with the NBA.
Yeah, that was actually one of my biggest observations. Was I thought originally it was just an NBA licensing deal, but you're saying that this is a partnership, correct?
It's very much a partnership, and not just with the NBA, but also with the Players Association. So it's a licensing deal both with the NBA and the NBPA, and we have a direct line with NBAE, which is the entertainment division in the NBA that produces basically the videos that you see on like ESPN, Sports Center. They're the ones who produce that video content, and they're the ones who are working with us to say, like, these are the best plays from last night's games. You want to make sure you definitely have, this incredible block, this incredible 3-pointer, this Euro step. Like, this is going to really resonate with fans. Like, let's make sure this becomes a collectible. And then they edit that content together for us, and we work with them, and we're like, all right, but like, can we get like a LeBron James in this, because the people love LeBron James. That's actually a bad example, because they send us so many LeBron James highlights. We can't use most of them just because then he'd be flooding the market. It'd be 90% LeBron. But we that's what we do is we bring the collectability side to it, the economy, like, balancing, and they bring all of the content, and it's a really good partnership, actually.
Wow, that's like the holy grail. And hey, Whale Fam, just so you know, the difficulty that it takes to actually secure something like this is major. But we shouldn't be surprised, because Alan is like, he's incredible when it comes to pitching things. Obviously, you just heard him; he could talk about just about anything in detail. So kudos to him. I want to kind of circle back, though. I want to talk about the nuts and bolts of the project itself.
Sure thing.
Yeah. There are many of the smaller aspects of the project that scream go all in on this, right? One of the things that really sticks out to me, though, about the website, everyone, please, if you can, please click on the stream right now. You can take a look at what Alan is showing. He's showing the NBA TopShot website. That is the welcome screen, if I'm not mistaken, right?
This is our About page, and I wanted to actually give you maybe a little bit of tour. Perhaps I should have been clicking through as I was speaking, but I did want to give you guys a little bit of a tour of what it's all about, so you can see for yourselves. Well,
sure. Actually, I think it'll work in tandem with some of my observations. One of them being, since everyone's looking right now, is the user interface. The fact that the user interface is so stylish and easy to use is already a victory over half of the battle. The battle itself, mind you, is to attract and retain users, right?
Absolutely. Yep. We want again, like I said, NBA fans should be able to come to this website and just dive into this new paradigm of collecting digital collectibles, which is not something so people have spent money on digital, like, games and sometimes like skins and stuff, but they don't really own those. They're kind of like at the mercy of the company behind them. And so we want people to feel really comfortable with being able to just come in here and not be fighting with an interface, and not be like trying to figure out what a MetaMask is or something, and just get straight into like, hey, what's cool? What can I collect? And actually getting to just experience that for themselves.
Yeah, I agree. I love the fact that it's just so minimalistic and very, very sleek, and the colors really pop with the black background. So the packs kind of want you, like you're like tempted to really click on something, to really purchase something, get really active. What was it, you personally who had any insight on the color choices here, or another
No,
member
I
of the team?
so I'm very very privileged to work with a great design team at Dapper Labs, and Dapper Labs is up to about 100 people. This is not a small operation, and of course we're helping to launch a whole new blockchain. We're working on NBA TopShot, and then we've also got a team working on. I mentioned how payment is really like seamless and easy, and you don't even have to think about it; it just kind of works. There's a large team behind making all of that easy. It's actually super complicated, really hard, high stakes stuff, and they make it feel easy. But no, we have great designers and great artists. I want to show off actually some of my favorite parts about Top Shot are these legendary sets and this art that is attached to each of these legendary sets. Cosmic was the first legendary set we ever released, only in early access. And these are some of the most valuable moments that are in the game that you can find on the marketplace today. We've had a couple of these sell for $5,000 each, LeBron Cosmics, and many thousand to $5,000 sales so far in the marketplace, even just in the early access. And I think some of it comes from just this killer artwork, which is so stylized and so unique and interesting. And that was one of our internal artists. He got started in the company actually drawing fancy CryptoKitties and creating the fancy CryptoKitties. And we brought him on to help us really bring these legendary sets to life. And then we have great designers who've come up with this sleek interface, this color scheme. It's really bold. It pops. It's opinionated, and it takes a lot of effort to get something like this together, and then the team to program and make it all work. But it's so worth it.
Yeah, I agree. My favorite thing to do each time I purchase a pack, I have a Cosmic as well, by the way. Well, actually a number of Cosmics, but every time I purchase one and it's ready to be open, it's like a theater experience for some reason. It's like, oh, all these like.
Do we want to
like
open a pack?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Should we open a pack together? I've got some that I bought earlier.
Well, I mean, you want to do it now? Save it for later? What you want to do?
Yeah, let's tease that a little. Let's save it. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Speaking of packs, though, you've offered the option to either buy it with Ethereum later on Flow, which caters to the crypto crowd, and a regular credit card, which will provide ease of access and grease the wheels for onboarding a casual audience. Yep. Who realized that implementing this would be one of the keys of success?
I think that's been kind of a key part of the company thesis ever since CryptoKitties, and I think it was kind of it's a realization that a lot of crypto companies have come to, and so you go to a site like Nifty Gateway, or you go to Maker's Place, and they offer the ability to purchase the artwork that they have for sale using a credit card, and it was just it's really hard to do because you engage if you're doing it legally and if you're doing it carefully and properly, which we do because we're a legit company. We have everything on the line. We're not like hiding in some third world or some tax haven. The company's based in Vancouver, Canada, and is very aware of the laws. In fact, they managed to get CryptoKitties certified as not a security by the British Columbia government before CryptoKitties came out widely, just to make sure that they had that base covered. But it's really hard to manage because people are essentially buying things that can be easily transferred into cryptocurrency and value within the blockchain networks, and so it's difficult to do. And I think a lot of people realize that they would love to have it. In fact, we talked to a lot of people who are interested to come on and build on Flow, not just because it's faster and cheaper, but they really want access to Dapper and the whole experience of their users being able to buy with a credit card and get started easily that way. So I wouldn't say it was hard to realize, it was hard to pull off.
Mm, that's awesome. Hey y'all, again, let me direct your eyes back to the website. And while we scroll through here, my next observation is the fact that your team added bits of personalization, choosing your favorite team, curation of your favorite moments, stacking sets in order to highlight how well you've done with the packs you've purchased, and challenges that will spark a competitive fire in the users who are seeking some fun and action. Who on your team discovered the need to add these pieces of functionality for the website?
So that's one of the things that I've been pretty heavily involved in. And I'm a collector at heart. You might call me a hoarder. I have over 1,500 cats, which is actually not a lot compared to a lot of CryptoKitties collectors. But I I collect a lot of things, and I'm very happy that I can now collect digitally because there's only so much space in your house where you can put stuff on display before you run out of space, and then it makes moving difficult, et cetera, et cetera. So digital collecting to me is like the ideal, and part of this experience of collecting is completionism, and having goals that you can chase. And one of the things I noticed earlier today was actually that I've opened a lot of early adopters packs, and these are no longer available. They were only available in the early access beta, which, like I said, is now over. We're now in open beta, but these moments can be still found on the marketplace. And I realized in all the packs I've opened here, you can see I got a lot of like duplicates and triplicates of the same type of moment. But I never managed to get a Karl Anthony Towns, which is especially ironic because if any NBA player is a cat, it is KAT. So I was thinking I should purchase Karl Anthony Towns today on stream so I can show you kind of what that's like. I actually removed my credit cards from my Dapper account here so I don't dox myself. But
yes, smart man.
Balance. So I was thinking, this is the marketplace, and this is how easy it is. Like I go into my set, I see, okay, I have 9 out of 10. I want to get 10. I want to have that feeling of completion, and so I can go and I can see every version of this particular moment that's available for sale. I can see how many there are. So there's 1,325, and that's the total number of this collectible that can ever exist. By the way, these came in $9 packs, and you'll notice the cheapest that I can get any of these moments is $9. And in fact, if I go to the wider marketplace and I just search for early adopters, the set, and then if I sort by the lowest price, the lowest price any of these moments is going for is $7. And that's 1,325 of each of these 10 different moments, right? And so that $9 pack came with 3 moments in it. It came with 2 base set moments and 1 early adopters moment. And so you can already see like the value in a pack now that pack's no longer available is already more than you paid for it. Even if you got the 2 worst base set moments in the world, and could only get $1 for each of them, you've still broken even. And for the most part, these are worth even more. And what's cool about these is the way that we do our packs is we take a physical approach, like similar to if we were actually physically manufacturing packs. So instead of a lot of these collectibles, when you buy a pack, it like rolls some dice and it says you have a 10% chance at a Julius Randle, and then if you get it, it mints it for you. And so like if you're the 50th person to open a Julius Randle, you have Julius Randle number 50. We actually mint a big bundle of them all at once, mix them up, and create these virtual packs that get sold. So the first pack or the last pack we sell could be the one that has the number 1 mint in it. And because of that, people really value these low mints. And you can see that the lowest mint that's currently available in the early adopters, Julius Randle, is number 35, and you can't even get a double-digit mint of this moment for less than $39 or $25. I guess $24. I can read. $24 right now is like the minimum for a double-digit version of this moment. And again, that came in a $9 pack. But I just want to complete my set. I actually like this idea of getting a super high number here since I can't have super low. So I'm actually going to choose this number 1235. and buy that for $7 and show you the Dapper experience. So again, I said this is like kind of the third team. We've got the Flow team, the NBA team, and then we have this Dapper team. And you can actually just very easily pay with crypto. So if I didn't have enough Dapper balance, I could add to my Dapper balance with a credit card or by sending Ethereum or even Bitcoin. But I do have Dapper balance, which comes from selling moments on the marketplace. Actually, I can show you some of my recent sales. I used to have a lot more, but I spend it as quickly as I get it these days. So it's as easy as I just hit confirm purchase, and it spends my balance, which is on my wallet, and just like that, it's now confirming my order, and this is all on the Flow blockchain. In fact, I want to show you a cool community built tool.
We like tools. We like useful things. We like tools. So this is going to be good.
Yeah, so Crypto Slam was built by a member of the community. They actually started creating tools for a bunch of other blockchain collectibles, but they added NBA TopShot. Even though it's on Flow, they were able to get access to the data from Flow. So this is all live data. You can see the latest minted TopShot moments, latest moments placed for sale in the marketplace. And you can see I just bought the $7 Julius Randle right here, and that's a live sale. So I can click through. I can see this is my account on the Flow blockchain. You can see I've made $900 worth of purchases, and wow, I've made over $1,300 worth of sales. Didn't even know that. You can see like my different collections. So this is all community made. And it shows you like all of this information is on the blockchain, and it all is all like publicly accessible. And so this isn't, a lot of people like experience like how fast this is and how easy it is and assume that it's basically just like one of those quote unquote blockchains that's really like a database, like Wax. But actually this is a fully decentralized real blockchain, and I know Wax has Wax Explorers, and I just give them a hard time. But yeah, so I got my Julius Randle now, and I can see that I have a complete set. And if I go to the homepage, we can see that this is the newest moment that I've acquired. I have 791 of them, and it is this Julius Randle that I'm sorry, that's not the one I just picked up. I picked up a I meant to pick up a Karl Anthony Towns. Did I click the wrong thing? I did.
You purchased Julius Randle, but you wanted Karl Anthony Towns because it was on brand with CryptoKitties and
That's
your love
right.
for CK.
That's right, and that's what I needed for my collection. So I got distracted and I bought the wrong thing. So I now have an extra Julius Randle. Do you want to give that away to somebody? The thing about the giveaways is, or the thing about gifting right now is you can only gift a moment to an account that actually owns a moment or has purchased a moment. So right now we don't actually create your Flow wallet until you make a purchase, and then that enables us to send you a gift, or you can receive gifts at that point. We're going to be making it so that eventually you can send one of these to somebody just with their email address. So if you want to give Top Shots away as Christmas presents, all you need is email addresses, and the person can get an email saying, hey, you've got a LeBron James dunk collectible, come claim it. And so we're very excited that that'll be coming soon. And you can see this is succeeded, and this is already now in my account. So now if I look let's see, there's my Karl Anthony Towns, and yeah, so now I've finally completed my early adopters set. So that shows you a little bit of the purchase flow. It's pretty easy here. I do want to show off a little bit. There's some challenges, and challenges are like complete a set and you get a reward, so you can get a free moment. If I complete this metallic gold challenge, I can get this Alex Caruso, but we just released the Western Conference Finals packs, and those are currently available. And if you get all the 9 moments that are in that pack by this deadline, so you have just over 10 days to do it. So if you collect at least one of each of these, then once this timer expires, we'll actually send you this Anthony Davis, the game-winning shot that he had in Game 2 that won the Lakers the game and kept them from going to a 1-1 series tie and really helped them take the Western Conference Finals. And actually, I think I can click on this and we can check. So this is what a Top Shot looks like, and you can see there Anthony Davis's game-winning shot as time expires. It's an epic moment in Lakers lore, in the season lore. They're wearing the Black Mamba jerseys, which is super cool. They've never lost a game wearing these jerseys. And you can find out some details about the collectible. We actually have a lot of information. So, we were inspired by like sports cards, and you can go like the baseball card and flip it over and see like, player stats and all that. We wanted to kind of get some of that feeling, and we have all this real estate because it's a digital collectible. We can take up as much space as we want. So we have here, you can see Anthony Davis scored 31 points in this game. He played 39 minutes. And you can see that the Lakers won, because of that three-pointer, 105 to 103. You can see some stats about Anthony Davis when he was drafted. He's 6'10", etc. And so it's a very fun product. You can see different sides of the collectible if you just want to like focus in on these different sides. And we've got this fun set art here on the side. So, and this was from September 20th. So like this is the reward that you'll get if you complete that challenge. And I bought a lot of these packs when they came out today at noon because I definitely need that Anthony Davis moment. And so that's one of the things that you can do. And I can show off here. These are the challenges that I've previously completed. I've spent way too much on TopShot. Of my disposable income. Like this is not like free money I get because I work on TopShot. Like this is my paycheck going away. But I'm happy to do it, and I love. I mean, they're so cool and fun to collect. And then completing these challenges and getting these rewards is great. And we've seen actually there's a lot of value in these, at least so far. Who knows how it'll be in the future. But some of these challenges required like you'd have to basically buy a couple $100 worth of moments. But then if you go look at the moment in the marketplace, the selling price for just that reward moment that you get alone at this point is like a good portion of that. Plus, of course, you keep all the moments that you collected. So that's the challenges aspect of this. And so right now this is a $75 moment that was a reward. So just for collecting 9 moments, you have this additional one that you've received, which is currently would cost you $75 if you wanted to go buy the cheapest one on the blockchain. And I mentioned these early serial numbers. Like we haven't had one sell for $50,000 yet, but you can imagine it happening. And this person who owns this one is imagining it happening and has placed it up for sale for that price. So if anyone's interested in an OG three-pointer for $50,000, a number 1 mint, it's available now. not mine, so I can show it. I also wanted to show off showcases here, which is really cool. So when you create, when you own your moments, what do you want to do? You want to show them off. And so one of the coolest ways to show them off is actually you create a showcase and then you can share this watch link with somebody, and it creates this kind of highlight reel of your moments, sort of like Instagram story style, where you can watch them back to back, and you can see LeBron's signature chase down block here. You can move on to additional moments. This LeBron James dunk was one of the moments that we launched with. We launched with 150 moments, and this is just so classic LeBron, just pure power, that stare down at the end. So I created a collection of 5 different LeBron James plays. Like I said, he has so many highlights that the challenge is not releasing all of them. This is probably my favorite of all of them, and I apologize because this probably isn't coming through very clear in the stream, but it's nice and smooth on the website if you come watch it. But that dunk right there was his tribute to Kobe Bryant, and that was after Kobe Bryant's death. He actually got the ball on a breakaway and did that reverse windmill slam that was a signature Kobe Bryant move, and he did it in tribute to Kobe. So it's very cool that we were able to capture that and make that a collectible, and that's something you can come buy right now on NBA TopShot, and you can own the collectible of that play, which is just like, if you think about the idea of collectibles, digital collectibles, or just like the next generation of collectibles. We saw like years ago in like Harry Potter, right? They collect these trading cards and there's like little like animated people on them. Well, now that's kind of real in a sense. That's kind of what these are, but NBA instead of Wizards.
That's awesome.
You can tell I'm a Lakers fan, right? I keep talking about the Lakers.
I mean, I really like this website. Like all these little features are like my jam. But now that you said all that, I have to ask you some tough questions.
Absolutely. Hit me.
First though, I have to say, nice work on adding the sending gifts through email thing for as like
Still
another
working
arm
on
of.
that one. Still working on that one, but yeah,
Well,
definitely on the docket.
well, it's a good idea for onboarding, which is what I was gonna say. So it seems like your team has really done an awesome job with figuring out what the obstacles are in terms of getting casual users onto the platform and making things super easy without them overthinking it and driving them away. So that's pretty great. But
Yeah,
now,
okay.
but now, in terms of the casuals, right, who will come, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to know this though. They would like to know if whether or not historical moments will be made available. This is a huge factor for both the crypto heads and casuals. Again, they're going to be asking this, and I'm pretty sure you got this question more than one time.
Definitely. So we have focused so far this season on plays from this season. And it's not because we're not able to create historical moments, which is what we call basically any moment that comes prior to this season. It's just we wanted to focus on, like you said, that new user experience, that onboarding, all of these different factors. We wanted to put all of our time and energy into making sure that everything about the experience was really good and really approachable for people, so that we can then work on expanding and creating like these events in the future, where you can imagine that we do a kind of a Last Dance style set, or a Last Dance style like release party, where we maybe release some of the moments from the great Jordan and Bulls games from the past, and so we're able to work with the NBA to release some of those historical moments today if we wanted to, if we were ready to. But some of them, like those that do feature Jordan, for example, Jordan owns the rights to his likeness. And
right.
Yeah, exactly. So most NBA players join the Players Association and just like retain their rights through the association. They don't have to deal with managing all of that, and they get a nice check from the NBPA, and so all of those things are just kind of all grouped together under sort of a collective bargaining type thing. But there are certain superstar players, and unfortunately, Jordan is one of those that have said, "Nah, I want to control my own rights. I want to sign my own deals." And so my personal hope here is that Jordan will come to us one day. I mean, we'll go to him. We'll talk to him. But if we can get this out there, and we can get people collecting and caring about these things, and I really think that they will. And we actually have a number of current NBA players who have invested in Dapper Labs after seeing TopShot and being like, "Whoa, I want. How do I like be a part of this? How do I help make sure that this is like a thing? And how do I participate in the success of this very directly?" And so we have people like Spencer Dinwiddie and I believe Aaron Gordon as investors in Dapper Labs. But our hope is that this will get to the point where Jordan will be coming to us and asking, "Hey, why isn't there a Jordan TopShot that I can collect?" But we'll go talk to him when the time is right, if he hasn't come to us yet.
Yeah, it may actually have to be a conference call, including Nike, with MJ in order to negotiate the situation. But yeah, so in your opinion, though, will adding historical moments dilute the value of popular moments from this season?
No, I don't think so. And part of the reason for that is that everything does have this sort of baseline scarcity. At a certain point, every moment that we create, which is and every moment comes from like two components really. There's the play, which is what the actual video, what happened on the court, and then there's the set that it's a part of. And so at a certain point, we retire every collectible that we release. And when we retire it, what we mean is we basically lock it in on chain and we say we can never mint another one of this moment. So this play in this set can never exist again. So when we look at those common sets, we look at those early adopters moments, there's 1,325 of each of those. There will never be a 1,326th because we've locked that on the blockchain. We don't have the ability to mint any more of those. And so right now with the current user base from early access, and I haven't looked at the latest numbers from opening up today, but 1,300 collectibles is quite a lot, but you can see that a combination of people believing in the product and the future of the product and not wanting to just not have the things has led to the price of those even those most common moments today retaining and in many ways increasing in value already. And so I think that we're gonna be trying to thread the needle, and we're actually engaging the community in this a lot as well to make sure that we don't release too much content that it can devalue things. But you look at my collection, and I have over 700 moments that I've collected over the course of 3 months, and my collection is just going to keep growing, and I believe that's going to be true of many NBA fans out there. I think a lot of NBA fans are going to come in and want to own one of every play from their favorite team or their favorite players, and so they're going to really collect and own those. And when you compare what we have with TopShot to something like Panini, these are infinitely more scarce, and I think that's going to continue to be true even as we begin to release historical moments. We're going to do it in a controlled way based on the size of the collector base and whatever's healthy for the economy, the secondary market. This is all stuff that we think about, but it's all about the collectors. This is not all about making revenue for us, right? We're happy that people are using the flow of blockchain and getting to experience blockchain and getting to experience what that's like. And the more people that we can bring into crypto, we win. So we're not trying to make a quick buck, and so I'm not concerned about diluting value. Obviously, we can only control so much, and the market's going to decide ultimately. But we're in tune with the market. We're talking to our users, our collectors every day, and so it doesn't concern me at this point.
Yeah, that's cool. We're actually going to revisit the topic of value and scarcity later on when we talk about the vault. Mm-hmm. But I'd like to shift gears and actually, well, you kind of brought this up, but I really want to nail something down though. That website, by the way, that you brought up before was CryptoSlam. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's used to track the marketplace, correct?
Yes. So this tracks primarily the marketplace, and then it can also track live mints, so you can see when new moments are being minted onto the blockchain. You can see how many individuals have bought or sold in a given day, how much volume there's been in a given day, and also you can track an individual buyer and see, or seller, and see what they own. You can do that on the website in a cleaner, better UI way, but this is raw blockchain data.
That's cool. I'm definitely sure that Dapper is betting on the success of the entire project on whether the secondary market is healthy and extremely active, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's cool. During the early access period, though, I noticed a weird trend forming. Many of the crypto heads in the space, while they're extremely knowledgeable about a plethora of things, they seem to fall short with basic NBA info, to the point where they were adding strange superficial value to players who were otherwise unknown. Mm-hmm. They would take a player, for example, who maybe has good looks or are from their hometown, and they would try to pair it with their jersey number being the same as their pack number, and then attempt to shill it as if there was some value there. An example of one such player was Rui Hachimura, for example.
So I don't know. I feel like Rui actually, it's kind of a joke, but he's big in Japan. He's very big in Japan, actually. And we don't have a lot of Japanese collectors, to my knowledge, but at this point. But I could see Rui taking off. He actually does have But you're right. He's not like traditionally who you go to when you're like, what's the most valuable? You know, it's the LeBrons, it's the rookies. So you're right. You're right there.
Well, let me just offer a little insight.
Yeah,
I have a pretty extensive history with the NBA, so I kind of know
absolutely.
things like front to back, right? I like Rui. The thing about him is that at best he's gonna turn into maybe a lightweight version of Al Horford. You know,
Sure.
he has low post moves. He can run the floor. You know, he has a mid range game. He can slash, but he doesn't have what the new prototypical power forwards have in this league, right? Which
For sure.
is a long range game. He would have done better maybe 15 years ago with his back to the basket. You know,
Mhm.
now me knowing all of this, right, and being armed with it in the secondary market, I know that he's not going to be a megastar. You know, he's going to be
Yeah.
okay, but so I'm not going to overprice him or attempt to shill and kind of cloud things. You know, I will. I'll try to get the value that I believe he's, you know, like he's truly worth. You know, but I noticed that people would try to make it seem as if like he has way more value than a Donovan Mitchell or a Jamal Murray or
Sure.
Damian Lillard,
Yep.
who are all selling at a premium right now. Just so that's a little bit of insight for everybody listening. Like those three players, they all made it to the postseason this year. They all have highlights, super highlights. Like so, if you're really trying to capture some pretty exciting moments to show later on in the future, I would say those are the guys to really focus on. But they were all skipped over, which is ridiculous. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah. As we get more NBA fans, obviously a lot more of these the the mindset that you're talking about, where people are actually chasing the best players and the players with the real high ceilings. I think that the market is going to shift and respond to like that mentality of collector. And right now, I agree that we have a heavier balance of crypto collectors, because a lot of the early access people that we invited were collectors from CryptoKitties and Cheese Wizards, and people who we wanted to make sure, you know, like they've engaged with Dapper Labs products in the past, and we believe in nurturing the community, just like, you know, Whale Family here. And so we wanted to make sure that they all got invited. And of course, every single one of those people is into crypto in some way. And so there's an imbalance right now of a lot of crypto people in the community, and not all of them do know who the best players are. So I think, I mean, if you look at some of the numbers, if you look at recently, like Tyler Hero is going off in terms of value, and that's something that you see happening both in the cardboard collectible market and in NBA TopShot. So I think it's already happening that people are getting smarter about it, and at least in terms of what's actually being purchased for high prices, it's reflecting more and more an NBA fan mentality. And so there's, I guess you would say, alpha in being an NBA fan right now. But I don't think that's going to be a long-term thing, because I think a lot of the collectors are going to have that kind of deep knowledge of the NBA.
Yeah, that's actually that's pretty awesome. I like that. I'm actually really happy that I was able to get that off my chest with you. That was a pretty serious grievance that I had,
All right.
and thank you for making. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding, man. But okay, so now I'm pretty sure the whale community has been waiting for this particular moment. Let's finally turn our attention to the vault. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, so everyone here knows that Whale Shark is really excited about NBA Top Shot, and he has every right to be. I'm hyped about the project, you know, and I actually commend him for being one of the first and being super active and doing an incredible job with acquiring many of the packs from the early access period. I'm pretty sure you've seen some of them, right, in the vault. Which one of these is your favorite?
So he has, so this isn't even all of the ones he owns. He's actually got multiple accounts to kind of keep them all safe right now. Not that he needs to, he just does. Let's see, he's got none of them for sale, but he has some of these. Speaking of our man Rui, he has the number one Rui Cosmic. which is pretty awesome. Although, as you have pointed out, not the most valuable of all of them. This number one Luka Holo 2020 is incredible. I'm personally a massive fan of Zion, and it's a shame he doesn't have the number one Zion. Maybe he has it on the other account. I actually don't know. But the cool thing about a Zion number one of this original play that we released of Zion is not only obviously a number one serial number is huge, but a number one is his jersey number, and matching his jersey number is kind of a thing in the collector's world, and it's especially become kind of a thing in the TopShot world. But then even in this picture, he's holding up the one finger. So to me, the number one Zion would have been an amazing get. But he's got Harden, he's got Steph Curry, he's got the Rui, he's got the Joker, he's got Spencer Dinwiddie, who, like I mentioned, has this deep connection and tie to Dapper Labs at this point. And these are just some of his amazing moments. He's got the Devin Booker, I don't know that I can pick a favorite out of all of these. It's an incredible collection that he's got. And like I said, this isn't even all of them. I know you're hating on Rui a little bit, but
I'm not hating, Alan. Don't put words. I compared him to Al Horford, and Al Horford is
he's in the association, that's a high bar to clear to get there. But yeah, it's a pretty sweet moment he's got here. But yeah, I don't know, who's your favorite? I think I would say the Luka. Right, if I had to choose one, I would say that the Luka number one Holo 2020 is probably the one I would choose here.
Well, it's a split. I'm not going to say Zion. I have a hot take on that, but okay. I'll just leave it be. But wait, he also has James Harden there too. All right,
he has Harden.
Yeah, so it's like a super split here. I mean, it's most of the people that you mentioned, like Luka, James, Book, Steph. Like he also has Victor Oladipo too. Like these are ballers. Like these are all they're gonna be Hall of Famers in the future. So thinking long term here, he has like this is solid for us. I wouldn't say he. I'll say us.
True.
But he made solid picks at the right time. And he also has I'm trying to look here too. This is like we're in a good position here. But here's the deal though, right? Since we're looking at this, right? I just want you to shoot it to me straight here. This project is going to go on for a long time. In order for the whale community to continue to be a major player, right? We need to continuously acquire packs each season, right? Or do you think that the value of our current cards will remain the same?
So I think that these are going to be sort of OG collectibles. So in the physical collecting world, there's this concept of I don't know if this is an official name, but I've heard it and I like it, the mother-in-law effect, right? Somebody goes off to college and their mother-in-law decides, I'm going to clean out their room and make an exercise room, and like throws out all of their old Pokemon cards or whatever. And then they're suddenly gone forever from circulation. And we have that a little bit in the digital world. People lose their keys, but that's not such a thing with Dapper, right? Because it's a username and password that's securing access, and so it's a lot harder to lose access to your digital collectibles. Your mother-in-law doesn't have the ability to throw them out, and so we're not going to have some of that same depreciation. However, because this came out as a collectible product with scarcity in mind, these numbers, the fact that these Holo 2020s are 1 of 50 and these cosmic moments are 1 of 49, like as the product grows, the size of a legendary collectible in the future, the edition size is probably going to continue to grow as well. And so you might not see moments that are this scarce anymore. And so while we're not going to see older moments like thrown out, at least I expect not. And so they're not going to become more rare. They're going to be more rare than anything that's coming out like 10 years from now, And so that sort of has the same effect, just gets there through different means. And so I really do think that having this collection of really early moments from this first year of NBA TopShot, I think all of these are going to have something really special about them. And then when you talk about like a number one cosmic, then that just, it's crazy to me already. But then when you're talking about in 10 years, like I can only imagine. And so I don't think you have to continue to collect. For me personally, I get so much joy out of opening these packs and collecting these moments and putting together like a showcase and saying like I own every LeBron play that's ever been released. Like that to me is really special, and being able to collect all of the Lakers moments and continue to grow that collection, to me as a collector, that's really meaningful, and I'm very happy to be able to do that. But I don't think that like the value of my collection hinges on me continuing to add to it, if that makes sense. To me, by adding to my collection, I'm adding value because I'm adding value. I'm just getting more and more things that themselves have value, and that's meaningful. But I don't think that the old stuff loses value if you don't do that.
That's comforting. That's really comforting to hear. I was a little worried there. Especially if the historical moments come, they may just kind of blow some of these moments out of the water. So and it may kind of devalue.
That's right. I knew he had this. Okay, so I have an easy answer to your question. I just forgot. I didn't get this far down the list. No, it's the LeBron James 23 Cosmic. That right there has got to be one of the top of his collection, of the whale collection. Excuse me. The vault is the LeBron James jersey number 23 Cosmic. Yeah. Okay, this is my favorite.
Boom! There you go, y'all. So that's see that one right there. That's actually a favorite of mine too. I actually saw that live. So
it's awesome.
Yeah,
that's a good game.
Big fan. Just for clarity's sake, one of our community members wanted to know: can you gift people or trade unopened packs, or do they have to be open and you can only trade moment for moment?
Yeah, so right now you can gift people moments, and right now, just as of Friday, so less than a week ago, we introduced the ability to keep a pack unopened that you've purchased. It used to be as soon as you purchased it, we would actually send you the moments and then let you watch the pack opening experience, as we called it. But but really, as soon as you had bought the pack, you had gotten all of the moments in the pack. And so as of last Friday, you can now choose whether you're opening the pack or not. And that's what we call phase one. It's just the first step towards the ability to eventually trade those packs with other users, other collectors, put them in the marketplace for sale, and create like a whole secondary market around closed packs. That'll all be coming. We have not gotten there yet, but we realized that if we didn't do that first step as soon as we could of letting people leave the packs unopened, there wouldn't be any of these early adopters packs unopened, right? They'd all have been opened. And there's something kind of cool and magical about having these packs from the early access beta out there, that remain unopened. And there's a limited number, and those actually will have not the mother-in-law effect, but they will have the scarcity where if you have an unopened pack and I have an unopened pack and I can't take it anymore and I open my pack, right? I want to know what's in it. Now there's one fewer unopened pack out there, and so they become more scarce over time as people open up those packs. And as the value of the individual moments in them increases, people might be more and more tempted to open the packs and be able to sell the moments individually or hope for specific moments out of those packs. And so while today you can't gift somebody a pack and you can't sell it, that is something we're working on. And if you buy a pack today and you don't open it, look, I don't know if you can see this. I just sold a moment. I got a notification. Let's see what we've got here. Chris Paul just sold for $89.
Wow.
It was a number 6, so it's a really good mint. But the 3-pointer, someone just bought that for $89. So that mix up from accidental Julius Randle purchase. So right now you can't trade and sell, but if you buy a pack and you don't open it, then when those features come out, you'll be able to sell those packs that you hadn't opened. Is this a good transition time to open a pack, or you want to hold on to that?
Well, I was going to leave you with one more question from the community,
Okay.
but since you were talking about scarcity, one of our members wanted to know if Dapper Labs will be interested in burning unsold packs to increase scarcity. But since you're saying that if a pack is unopened or unsold, then the scarcity is already there, correct?
Well, so actually, that is something that we will be doing. So we released these new packs today, Western Conference Finals. And today was our launch day. So we wanted to make sure there is a lot of content out there so that anybody showing up today can have a rare pack available for purchase. We actually released 2 packs today. We released this premium pack and this Western Conference Finals. This premium pack, there's only 1,492. We sold out of these in less than a minute. It was kind of ridiculous. And so we kind of expected that might happen because we had another pack drop on Monday that sold out in less than 5 minutes. And so what we wanted to do is make sure that we have packs available. And we were hoping that we wouldn't sell out of these ones. And so there's many more of these available. But at the same time, we didn't want to flood the market, right? If we didn't want to try to guess what's the right number. So instead, we put out a number that's too high, or probably too high for the number of collectors at this point in NBA TopShot. And then we have a time limit here. So after 72 hours, so at noon on Sunday Pacific time, we're gonna pull all of these packs off the market, and any of the rare Western Conference Finals moments in it, even if it's a number 1 mint LeBron, we will be burning those and basically locking in the scarcity of the packs that were purchased within 72 hours. So there's only 72 hours to buy these packs, and then anything that's not sold, we're going to burn the rare moments from those packs eventually. We're promising never to sell those.
That's dope. All right, yeah. So now I think will be the perfect time for us to open up some packs, so everybody else can get the same feeling I get every time I open one.
I've got some Dapper credit now. Why don't we buy one of these Western Conference Finals packs? I was going to open a premium pack, but I really love all the moments in this Western Conference Finals packs. So again, my Dapper balance went up because I made that sale. So it's just there in my balance, and this is how easy it is to purchase something. I just confirm it, and now it's my pack is reserved. So when I click to buy a pack, it actually gives me 10 minutes to complete that purchase. So if I need to go find my credit card, if I need to go like unlock my MetaMask because I'm paying with Ethereum, if I don't just have Dapper balance sitting there, which is the fastest way to pay, I have 10 minutes. So you can kind of take your time. Like if the pack sells out while you're still trying to find your payment method and get that input, you're not going to lose your pack. So we kind of reserve it for you for 10 minutes. And then once you pay, we actually do give you credit. We send you your pack. And now here's where I was saying you have the option to open it later. And in that case, I could gift it to somebody some point in the future when that feature is fully completed and launched. But we want to see a pack opening here. So I'm going to go ahead and this thing's shaking at me. It's taunting me.
Yeah.
So why don't we open a Western Conference Finals rare pack, TopShot pack? So to me, I think I made this pretty clear. I love LeBron. Not a hot take, I know, especially for a Lakers fan. But let's hope for a LeBron. I actually do have a complete set of these, so there's nothing that I need in particular. Do you want to give away the rare from this pack?
Yeah, sure.
You want to pick a dolphin in chat? So ideally they'd already have it. They'd either have a TopShot account and have made a purchase, or they're willing to go like buy a dollar moment on the marketplace at least, because I can't gift it to you until you have a wallet, which comes from getting a moment. So if you're willing to do that, or you've already done that, then I don't know how you want to handle it, but I would say any dolphins.
Yeah. So actually, let's stick to people who already have accounts, so it'll just be easier to manage. Yeah. So hey y'all, yeah. So y'all you just heard Alan. He'd like to gift a lucky dolphin. He said dolphin specifically. So he'd like to gift.
I can't afford whale because I spent all my money on TopShot. So I swim with the dolphins.
Hey. So if you have an NBA TopShot account, do me a favor, just type a number in the stream text channel.
Oh, right? wait. Yeah. So why don't we do that? Whatever moment we open is going to be between 1 and 1,000 here.
Right.
Maybe the first person to guess the closest without going over, like Price is Right rules, the closest to the serial number of the rare that we open in the pack.
Boom. There it is. So if you,
by the way, guess one, because if I open a number 1, you want to be the one who wins it.
He just gave you a secret. So Dolphins, if you the requirement is you need an NBA TopShot account, and you're gonna guess a number. It's gonna be between 1 and 1,000, correct, Alan?
1 and 999.
1 between 1 and 999. And if you guess it, whoever is the closest to the serial number or who actually lands on the number will receive that rare. All right, let's just give it a moment here.
And one guess per person, right?
Yeah, one guess, y'all. Yeah, please don't try to game the system. It's me, it's me. I'm watching you. So, all right, and I'll count it down. And once I get to, I'm gonna count down from 3, and then once I get to 1, everyone stop guessing, and we'll spin the wheel, I guess, right?
Yeah, we'll open this pack and see what we got.
Right. So 3, 2, 1. Let's do it.
Chaffamon, I was waiting for that one. He guessed number 23. If we do get the LeBron 23, that's another awesome one to get, obviously. Show, you want to throw a number out there too?
Nah, I'm good.
All right. Okay, so this is the rare. We can tell it has the blue highlight here. We're going to open this one last. So let's see what else we've got in the pack. So the Western Conference Finals pack comes with 8 commons and 1 rare. So let's open up these commons and see what we've got. This is serial number 879. Speaking of Al Horford, here we go.
It's fate. It's fate.
That's right. You want to watch? Let's watch Al because we've been talking about him.
Yeah. I mean, I like Al.
Yeah, he's not a superstar, but he's solid, and he can make a shot. That's some nice baseline moves there.
Yep.
All right. Number 1035, we've got Ja Morant. Oh yeah. Rookie of the year, base set moment, and you gotta watch Ja. He steals the inbound pass. He does a little shimmy, feeds it to his teammate, and with that, the Timberwolves win the game. It's all over. It's such a fun moment, and Ja Morant's such a fun player. Look at that! Look at that celebration he's got from stealing the inbounds pass. I love this Ja Morant moment. I'm very happy that I got it. And even in the base set, right, it's still like pretty valuable in the marketplace. And we can check that value later. Like I don't know, if I had to guess, I'd say it's maybe like $8 right now, which is pretty awesome. Pascal Siakam, I work
another good one.
Exactly. I work with a ton of Raptors fans, and they're not bandwagoners; they're Canadians. So, they've always loved the Raptors through all the hard times. They had a great year last year. They had some promise this year, didn't work out for them, but Siakam's still awesome. Buddy, we got Buddy Hop. Number 534, Michael Porter Jr.
Another good one right there.
Yeah. Yep. That's a pretty low serial number mint at this point. And each of these, I got a Giannis too. Are you kidding me? Like this pack, man. We got the MVP, we got the Rookie of the Year. I'm really excited about this rare now. Like, who's it gonna be? And the great thing about these packs is there's not a bad play in them, not a bad player in them, right? You don't get to the Western Conference Finals and have one of the top 9 or 10 highlights of the series and be a bad player. So this is going to be exciting. All right, one more here. Number 371, Rudy Gobert. All right, he's the villain of the bubble, right? He ended the NBA season for a while there, but hey, it's another low serial number. I'm happy to get it. Yeah.
All right, okay. Y'all. All right. The anticipation is real.
All right. It's the Laker. Number 17, Rude Moose, and it's LeBron. Are you kidding me?
What?
Rude Moose, I saw you guess number 17. I'm gonna scroll up and see if
She
someone.
did? Wait, let's see something. Yeah. Wait. Well, we have to see if someone else.
Yeah, we have
if
to see if somebody else guessed that before her, but I'm pretty sure I saw Rude Moose guess 17.
Oh
We
no,
just
it's
got
just
over.
Moose.
No?
Yeah, it's Moose. It's Moose. Yep.
It is Moose.
She got it. Yeah.
Congratulations, Rude Moose. Couldn't go to someone better. This is to me the pick of the pack, and it's a double-digit serial number. Wow. I didn't get anything this good in the packs that I opened before. This was a killer pack. I'm freaking out a little bit.
It is super awesome. Can I simply gift it back? You were super hypey about the LeBron.
No, I want you to have it. I want you to have it.
Yeah, right. I agree with Alan here. I think yeah, you should hold on to this.
Yeah. Hold on to this. Let's put one of your kids through college. No, that's not financial advice here. But this, we gotta watch this now, right? We gotta.
Yeah, let's watch it.
Alex Caruso feed and the slam, and he rides the rim. This is the Lakers beating the Nuggets 126-114 in Game 1, showing them what they've got to put up with for the rest of the series here. I love this moment. I can't believe we got a number 17. Congratulations, Rude Moose. I love it. This is so good. So if you want to DM me your TopShot username, I will send that out to you. I believe that you are a whale. I'm sorry, a dolphin, in addition to everything else.
I have all the roles.
You have them all. You are all of the things. Congratulations. This was really fun. I'm glad that we got such a killer pack. And I can see here this screen. I love this screen. We just introduced this today, actually. When you open your pack, you can see this is part of a challenge. I've completed the challenge. I got one new moment I didn't already have in the base set, so I'm close to completing my base set, although this will continue to grow. I have 9 out of 10 moments in the Western Conference final set. The only one I don't have is the challenge reward, so I'll be getting that. My baller status, I'm a rising star. I'm not actually number 1 on the Lakers leaderboard. I wish I was. I'm number 21. We got to fix this bug here. We're not perfect. But this was the notable pull, a number 17, LeBron James dunk. That's amazing. That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm glad we all got to experience that together. And yes, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely couldn't go to a better person.
Agreed.
And Alan, I mean, you've been a rising star for us this entire night, you know, or day, because our community is international.
Absolutely.
So, do you have any last words for us, man? Anything you want to share?
So I do want to remind you, because I think that this is an amazing opportunity, and like, if I did not live in the United States, I'd be taking part of it, even though I kind of don't have to, because I'm working at Dapper Labs, but that community sale, and I'm gonna bring it up real quick here on Flow. So if you live outside the U.S., Canada, China, and unfortunately, because of regulations, because of the laws, we can't offer this community pre-sale in some jurisdictions. But if you live outside those jurisdictions and you have the ability to safely make a bet on the future, if you believe in what we're doing at Dapper Labs, and if you want to be one of the first people to get your hands on Flow, there's a 1-year lockup period on these, and then they'll come to you over the course of a year after that. This is the same terms that our investors got, people like Spencer Dinwiddie and Aaron Gordon, when they believed in and invested in Flow and wanted to get their hands on Flow tokens, and helped us build this network to begin with, because this, like I said, has taken 2 years of intense work to get here. This is not a Dapper Labs network. This is an open, decentralized network. We're kicking it off, and we want the community to have ownership of the network, of the tokens on the network. Nobody knows anything about the future value of these, right? But if this is something that you're comfortable with, I encourage you to register for the pre-sale. Go to onflow.org or coinlist.co/flow. And if you're able to, I think that this is going to work out pretty well for you. I just personally feel that way. It's not investment advice at all, but I don't want anyone to have had the opportunity to take part in it and not have heard about it. So if that's interesting to you, I'm letting you know that that is an option. Everybody, if you're in the US, Canada, okay, not if you're in China or France. Unfortunately, we have to work out some licensing issues there. One of the problems of working with global brands is they have agreements with different providers in different countries sometimes. But for the most part, anybody can come to NBA TopShot and buy a moment today, can buy a pack. Maybe you can do even better than we did, although I doubt it. I don't think you're going to do better than we did. Let's be honest. We have a killer pack. But you could pick up a pack right now on NBATopShot.com. And I encourage you to do so. I think you're going to have fun. I think that these are great collectibles. I really love the fact that Whale Shark did his research and believed in what we were doing at Dapper Labs, believed in the NBA, and believes in Flow and TopShot, and was willing to make such an incredible investment in these collectibles and pick up so many of these early high value collectibles and add them to the vault. That's so cool to me as a member of the whale community, and obviously as one of the people behind NBA TopShot. I feel honored that Whale Shark has added all of these to the vault. I encourage you to add some moments to your personal collection if you're an NBA fan, if this is interesting to you. If you're just doing it as a speculative investment, I'm not going to give you any advice. I obviously believe in it, but if you're in it as a fan, like, you can't lose. You just literally can't lose. Even if you get Al Horford, you'll be okay.
Yes, I agree. NFA DYOR, y'all. But Alan has a good head on his shoulders, so you know that this has some pretty serious traction and momentum behind it. Alan, thank you so much, man. Thank you for doing this.
Alexandria, Katie, Lori, I see y'all. I see you. Congratulations on picking up packs here. Yes, thank you, show. Thank you all for having me. It's awesome to get to talk to you all about this. Super passionate about it. I love what we've been doing. I'm so excited we got to launch today and make it available to everybody. And I could talk about it all day. I won't, but I appreciate all your time so much.